Hello, my gorgeous peopleini. These readings are going to be for all 12 signs of zodiac, and they are going to be for August 2022. What I'm going to focus when it comes to this reading, I'm going to focus on what to pay attention to when it comes to the actual month of August, in particular, what to pay attention to in such a way where you are going to get so much out of that particular thing. So what to pay attention to when it comes to the actual August, and what is most importantly going to come out of it that is going to make you feel so much better about yourself, about your past, about your spiritual journey, and most importantly about the actual time ahead. So now I'm going to start with my gorgeous Aries, Erinis. When it comes to the actual month of August 2022, what you need to pay attention to and what you need to work on is the actual heartbreak that you've been through. Okay, you've been through the actual heartbreak, and that in itself means that something affected you so much, you know, and that could have happened like recently, but it could also happened like a long time ago. This in itself is like kind of starting to block you at this moment and this point in time. It's starting to affect you, and it's going to be affecting you until you realize, you know, where this heartbreak is coming from and what you can do about it in order to move on. Perhaps you need to do some kind of healing, perhaps you need to do some kind of forgiving, you know, because it's a lot to do with the forgiveness as well. Maybe you're just really kind of ended up being very angry about someone or really negative about someone, but that means that, you know, karmically you didn't move on. So there are many, you know, there are several ways where you can kind of try to see what heartbreak this is, and I think that this is going to become obvious pretty much. So it's going to become evident from the beginning of August. Okay, and also when it comes to that heartbreak that I'm talking about, you know, as soon as you kind of like see where this is coming from, you know, as I said, it's what is very important is, and it's about absolutely everything else, it's the fact that it's normally to do with the forgiveness, you know. So it's important to karmically cut this out of your life. And why is this so important? You know why? Because that heartbreak, what I'm talking about, it's actually going to reflect, and it's reflecting on your creativity, and it's affecting on you, kind of nurturing like energetically the part of your life, your past, something that you should be so much more creative about. But sometimes, you know, we don't realize until we come across this particular situation. Sometimes we don't realize how much this can actually affect us. So this in itself, as soon as you establish like what is like kind of which kind of heartbreak affected you so much, you need to know at that moment in time that this has been, and it's going to be affecting your creativity. So as soon as you work on yourself a little bit, the process of healing is going to start, and at that moment in time you are going to be so much more creative. It's going to re-energize you like almost immediately. So of course that our own creativity is just so important, because our own creativity, it's our own reflection. Our own creativity is who we are. Our own creativity keeps us going. Our own creativity makes us alive. Okay, so this is why this is so important. So now, my gorgeous Erinis, I'm also going to see what is your oracle card or oracle message going to be. Okay, so this is for you, my gorgeous Erinis, and it's for August. What is your oracle message going to be? Oh, you see, thought something is just going to come to you. Also something so interesting, it's going to come to you at that moment in time, you know, some kind of idea, some kind of realization, and that in itself, it's also going to really you know, it's just going to kind of create at the same time really nice starting point. So almost immediately, you know, something is going to come to you in terms of the actual creativity that you're going to feel so strong about. This is an important stage for you indeed. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Taurus, my beautiful Taurinis. What you need to understand is that you need to really work sorry, you need to work on the actual things that belong to you. You need to work more on your possessions, okay? But at the same time, you need to work on things that belong to you. But also when it comes to the actual, it can also be quite a lot along the line, like, when it comes to your own creativity, also has been quite affected quite a lot because of this. So it's about you understanding that when it comes to August, what you should be focusing on, my gorgeous Taurini, is on things that belong to you, on your possessions, and what you can do about it in order to kind of like feel so much better, and in order to kind of like a really secure things in your life. This is going to be very important stage for you to understand this. So you need to work on things that belong to you as much as you possibly can, but also those things that make you feel good, those things that make you feel alive, those things that make you feel so, like genuinely like a good about yourself, but they belong to you. And also it's a lot to do with like expression. Maybe you like a little bit of a gardening, and things like that. It really depends, but you need to work on your possessions, and this in itself is going to actually reflect on an absolutely mind-blowing determination. So the mind-blowing determination is going to come from you actually really investing your energy towards those things that belong to you. And this can be reflected in so many different ways. Maybe you kind of want to fix things, in your immediate environment. Maybe you want to paint your immediate environment. Maybe you want to like kind of make things that belong to you. Like, let's say that you've got like a little bit of land that belongs to you. Maybe you want to work on that land a little bit. You see, for example, maybe you've got like a little weekend home, that belongs to you. Some kind of place that you go on the weekends, some kind of weekend home. Maybe this is something that you should be working on. It really depends, but you will know, because almost immediately this is going to become obvious to you from the beginning of August 2022. But most importantly, it's gonna get you going. This is what I really like about this. It's actually going to get you going, especially when it comes to the actual determination. Okay, so this is in itself very, very important indeed. So by this, you're not only going to increase your energy, increase your vibration, but it's also going to show you exactly through that, you're going to realize what do you need to be determined more towards. So now, when it comes to the actual oracle message, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle message, my gorgeous Taurinis. Okay, intention. This is also going to be absolutely superb when it comes to you setting your intentions, because while you're working on things that belong to you, while you're expressing yourself in this particular way, you're also like creating a very special and very unique energy in itself, and that is also going to start the actual process of intention, my gorgeous Taurini. Because something is going to come to you, something is going to come to you out of the blue that you're going to feel so strongly about, and at that moment in time you're also going to give a little birth to your dream. But these are only going to be the beginning of stages. So you are having this like absolutely mind-blowing moment in time, my gorgeous Taurini, where you are going to plant this spiritual seed. You're about to give a birth to your dream without even realizing. So you will also set important intentions here indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, what you need to remember when it comes to the month of August, you simply need to work on your strength, and you also need to work on your compassion. So your strength is going to come from your own compassion, which means that you are going to be pretty much so irritated by certain people in August. But the problem is that these people that you're gonna be irritated about, some of them are gonna be like people who are so much in your life, very important people to you indeed. Some kind of disagreement, it's again going to come on top. But at the same time, what you also need to understand, that you need to kind of also, this is also to do with people that you're going to come across on the outside. There is a lot that you're going to understand and realize about the people outside your life, but also about the people directly in your life. All these things, I'm afraid, are going to be like really challenging for you, challenging to you. And the answer to that, my gorgeous Gemini, is just that, you know, you need to really understand that there is something that you understand, there is something that you know, there is something that you're aware of. But these people who are very close to you, it's very difficult to explain this to them. And the people on the outside, it's exactly the same thing. It's very hard to explain to them what you already know. But you know for 100% that what you know, it's right. I know it sounds crazy, but it's truth. So now you just need to remember to work on your compassion. The more you kind of see things from a slightly different angle, the more powerful you are going to become in sense of the actual strength, and in sense of the actual confidence, in sense of the actual self-esteem. So you need to work on your compassion. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're not compassionate and all that. No, baby, no. I'm just saying that when it comes to the month of August, this is something that you should be working on. So when someone winds you up, then just try to do everything to make the situation calm, to make the situation okay. Maybe change the subject if there is no point to kind of waste your energy and things like that. So it's all about working on your compassion, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed. And this is going to reflect on your strength, but it's also going to make you so powerful. This is going to prepare you really nicely for the end of the month, where you are going to have a situation when you're going to feel super defensive. You will have the situation at the end of the month where you're going to feel super defensive, but you are not going to be defensive. You will be able to rise above it, and that in itself is going to be the direct result of all this like a compassion that you are going to be working on throughout the month of August. So by the time you get to the last part of August, you know, when you are having an ultimate little like a challenge, you know, then you are gonna see how powerful you are. You are gonna see how strong you are. You're gonna see how wise you are. You're gonna see how spiritually intelligent you are, because you will know that could have gone the other way around and you could have exploded in this defensiveness. But no, baby, no, this is where your power is, and this is why you will be you know, prepared for that specific moment. Don't worry, this is all really good, because it is like kind of like also in turning at this moment in time in a wonderful lotus, a spiritual moment again. You've been through a lot. You've been through the mud, you've been through the dark water, you've been through the muddy water, you've been through a lot. You know, you were growing through so many kind of different environments, through so many different dimensions, and now you're about to come on top, my gorgeous Gemini, you know. So now you're going to be facing the sun and you're going to be facing the moon indeed. So now, my gorgeous Gemini, I'm just going to see what is your oracle card message. What is your oracle card message, my gorgeous Gemini, for the month of August? Okay, so choice. So you see, you are going to be facing an important choice here. This is all going to bring you such an important choice, and that choice you wouldn't have if you weren't compassionate. So karmically, this is going to be big, and this choice that this is bringing you, it's going to be the brand new choice, something that you've never had before, something that you've never felt connected to before, but something that you're also immediately going to be able to connect. You will see exactly what I mean. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Cancer, my beautiful Cancerini. You know what you need to work on? Nostalgia. You are again going to have this like absolutely a very kind of unique nostalgic moment, but this is not the first time, and you need to work out where this nostalgia is coming from and why you keep on feeling nostalgic, because that in itself, it's also going to realize something so powerful about yourself, something so important about yourself, especially when it comes to being prepared for the situation that is going to arise in August, which is going to kind of throw you out of balance. But now you will be prepared for this indeed. So this is going to be like really important for you, because you you kind of like understanding and realizing exactly why do you feel so nostalgic. So when I say that you need to work on your nostalgia, what exactly do I mean? What exactly do you need to do? Well, you need to understand that you have to specify it's going to be something very specific from the past that you need to acknowledge. On one hand, in terms of the actual healing, you need to forgive something to someone at the same time. But then on another hand, you're also at that moment in time, you're going to realize that there is something very specific that you need to bring into this present moment. You left part of yourself in the past, and now you need to bring that part in. Now it's time. This is a specific part of your life that you used to do, that you used to enjoy, that you used to live by. But then, there were so many other things started to happen in your life. You became busy, things changed and things like that. So now, naturally, this is going to be the point where you're really going to have to really understand that you need to reconnect. Now, this is the time to reconnect yourself with yourself. When I said that you need to work on that nostalgia, so there are two things. As I said, thing number one is you do need to forgive something to someone, but at the same time, what you're also going to become aware of, like something, almost immediately, in your mind, you're going to start feeling very happy and optimistic, and there is somewhere that you're going to be going to the certain point in your past, and that in itself is going to tell you exactly also what the next step is going to be, besides or apart from like bringing that part of yourself into this present moment, my gorgeous Cancerini, because it's time. But at the same time, as I said, by the end of the actual August, when you are going to have a really unexpected situation, which is going to blow you away a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. It's meant to happen. It's going to give you the choice, an opportunity to move on. And there are going to be two paths ahead after this moment in time, which you are going to be able to understand purely because you were kind of like you were able to realize which part of you is missing, which part of you did you leave behind, which part of you did you leave in your past, you see. And that's why, karmically and spiritually, you're going to start elevating in this moment in time, which is only going to make your spirit stronger. So that's why you're going to have that solid moment by the end of the month, when you face this situation, which is going to blow you away a little bit. It's going to shake things up a little bit, but then again, you're going to be able to see like, oh my God, through that so-called negative situation, you're also going to be able to see the light, the huge massive light at the end of the tunnel that you wouldn't even notice normally. So of course that this is important. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card message when it comes to the month of August. Okay, so what is going to be your oracle card message? Okay, what is going to be your oracle card message, my gorgeous Cancerini? So you see this purity. This is absolutely brilliant, but it means, this is going to help you so much also to see things for what they are. But you're also going to find out something so specific about yourself, something so beautiful about yourself. And I like this because you did like help to someone so much as well. Not that long ago, for a while, you have been helping to someone so much. Maybe you didn't even realize the actual extent of you helping that person, because karmically, this means that something really beautiful, it's also going to come to you, gonna come back at you when it comes to the actual August. And this in itself is gonna help you so much with your own reflection, and it's also gonna help you to understand how much you changed, because something is gonna really inspire you in all this so much, and you need this inspiration because the new time for you is coming. So the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Leo. My gorgeous Leone, what you need to work on, you need to work on the actual prospects that are about to come in. You are going to have a bright prospects which are going to come in, which are going to come forward when it comes to the month of actual August 2022. And this in itself is going to be superb, because you are at the same time going to find yourself in your element. There is no other months, you know, where you feel so energetic. There are no other months where you feel very strong, where you feel so powerful, because of course August is indeed your element. So that in itself, it's only going to work for you. It's going to work for you in so many different ways, you know, because it's going to increase your confidence. It's going to give you more energy. You're going to feel more centered. You're going to feel more grounded at the time when you need it the most, indeed. So when I say that you need to work on things that give you hope, you need to you need to work on things that inspire you, like primarily, you know. So just remember this, my gorgeous Leonis. This is so important. The more you work on things that make you feel good, like in terms of the actual hope and inspiration, the brighter prospects you're actually going to have. The more you work on those things that are inspiring you, the brighter prospects you are going to have. And not only that, you are going to become aware of some kind of hidden agenda as well. And this in itself is going to be miraculous, because you will see that the fact that you became aware of that hidden agenda, this, you know, normally it will scare you so much, but now you're just going to find that really kind of interesting, and it's only going to kind of inspire you even more. You know what I want to say to you, my gorgeous Leone, the more you work on your on things that bring you hope and inspiration, okay, the more you work on things that inspire you like there is no tomorrow throughout the month of August, you know, you're going to be so much more powerful. We normally are, but because you're going to find yourself in your element, this is going to be really magnificent when it comes to you. So not only that this is going to bring you really bright, the more you focus on, the brighter prospects you're going to have. But by the end of August, this is going to become evident. But also, on another hand, this is also going to work for you when it comes to your psychic feelings, your psychic energy, and your intuition. And this is what you're going to actually get, what you're actually going to get out of it so much, you know. So this is going to increase your intuition, your psychic feelings. It's going to, you know, it's going to make you feel, you know, it's going to increase your third psychic eye. It's going to increase your psychic awareness. You know, this is going to be absolutely brilliant, and you are gonna love it. So now, my gorgeous Leone, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle message when it comes to the actual August 2022. What is going to be your oracle card message? Okay. Oh my goodness. You see this celebration. This is going to give a reason to celebrate. Okay. So this is indicating, you know, like a very good moment, very good news, very important news that is going to make you feel very, very optimistic, but also it's going to make you feel so much happier about yourself. On one hand, when it comes to this present moment, you're going to love this so much, because what you are doing right now, you are creating something really big and something really important when it comes to your life, meaning that you are about to make an absolutely giant step, because by the time you get to the actual last part of this month, you know, you are gonna have a reason for celebration so much. And this is gonna really, it couldn't have happened at a better time when it comes to you, because you have been through so a lot. So now the things are about to start moving on for you in the right direction. I'm not saying that they weren't moving on before, but I'm saying that emotionally you've been through something very, very difficult and very heavy not that long ago. So this is gonna bring you such a nice balance into your life indeed. So this is going to bring you a reason to celebrate. Okay, very important, just remember that. The next sign The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Virgo. Virgolini, what you need to remember you need to work on the actual financial opportunity. You're going to become aware of the financial opportunity this month. And you know, there is a bit of a tricky, bitty here, because this financial opportunity that you're going to become aware of, it's like, not that it's going to put you off, but it's not going to seem as big, as important as it's actually going to be. Just remember this, okay? So this financial opportunity, it's not going to seem as big as or as important, and even more so, you must not get tricked into this, because you know, when it comes to timing, you know, it's also like it also means that, you know, as soon as you become aware of this financial opportunity, in your mind you're going to be like, oh yeah, I can do this later, I can do this September, I can do this in October, or I can do this later on. No, baby, no. The point of this reading is that as soon as you become aware of this financial opportunity from the beginning of August, this is not going to seem something like huge or massive or enormous immediately. You must not let that put you off, like, oh, it's not too big, it's not too huge. No, baby, no. There is something that is going to start here. So you need to understand, as soon as you become aware of this financial opportunity, you just need to go for it almost immediately, and don't put it off. I'm going to do it later, I'm going to do it later, because karmically and spiritually you need to do it now, because the power of synchronicity is going to be mind-blowing when it comes to the actual month of August, and your energy is going to be really powerful in August and September. So you have got, my gorgeous Virgolini, couple of months to play with, but now most important, so this is going to continue pretty much so when it comes to the month of September, when it comes to that financial opportunity. But the sooner you start, the earlier you become aware of this, the sooner you start, my gorgeous Virgolini, the sooner you kind of put as much as energy as possibly can towards it, you will see that there is a big surprise going to happen. A big surprise. You're gonna realize there is a clarity that you're going to have, and you're gonna find out and learn something very special about yourself. But especially when it comes to you blocking yourself, but not even realize that you're the one who were blocking yourself, but also in terms of the actual progress and future planning, this is going to bring you the biggest clarity of your life. So this is why you need to remember this, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. So it's about the financial opportunity, you reflecting on it as much as you can. How do you going to do that? Well, think about it. Is there something that you need to read about it? Is there something that you need to kind of learn about it? Is there something that you need to explore? Is there something that you need to investigate? How you can start this progress, how you can start this process, because as soon as you do this, you're going to realize that you do have absolutely everything in order to make a quiet big step that you did not think that you would be able to actually make so soon at this point, at this stage in your life. And you know what else? That financial opportunity is going to turn into something completely different. It's going to seem like something really tiny, but then at the same time, it's only about you realizing and understanding that at this moment in time, you should give more energy, more of your energy towards it. And as soon as you do that, something is going to lock within, like in the most beautiful way, in terms of the actual spirituality. It's like flower is about to beautifully open up at that moment in time. And even more so, by the time you get to the last part of August, you will see already that financial opportunity is going to basically help you out with one of the biggest obstacles of your life that you've been facing, especially over the last 3 years, but also when it comes to planning, when it comes to future. Oh my God, I'm talking about something really big. I'm talking about something enormous, something huge. You're going to be able to do, like when it comes to future planning, like my God, like an enterprise, like, you know, when it comes to the future planning, this is going to be big, my gorgeous Virgolini. So that's why you need to acknowledge this and make the most of it. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card message when it comes to the month of August, my gorgeous Virgolini. What is going to be an oracle card message? Okay, what is going to be an oracle card message, my gorgeous Virgolini? And this is for August 2020. You see this? Strength. This is going to bring you strength that you need. It's going to bring you strength, and it's going to bring a harmony into your life. You really need this. And this harmony, this strength and this harmony are really going to be beneficial factors when it comes to you opening your eyes and also realizing that, you know, oh my God, you just have to be honest with yourself. You have to be, it's going to help you to be honest with yourself, to reflect on your life in a really deep way, but to also realize that there are quite a few things naturally coming to an end when it comes to your life. You know what I mean? So you just need to establish what this is, and the earlier you establish this, you will see that these things were making you kind of unhappy, but even more so, as soon as you establish this, you are going to become aware of things ahead. You know, much better things ahead you're going to become aware of within the next 2 to 3 years, especially when it comes to actually an adventure in your life. You need an adventure in your life at this point, my gorgeous Virgolini, really, really badly indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Libra. My gorgeous Libra, when it comes to you, you just need to understand that you basically, you know, on one hand, you must think. You must not think like you are having a bad luck, okay? You must not think about yourself like you're having a bad luck, because the more you think about yourself like you're having a bad luck, the more bad luck you're going to bring, because you are your feelings, you are your emotions, you are what you think about, you are what is on your mind, because what we think about, it's actually an energy as well. So you need to really find and establish the part of your life, my gorgeous Libra, that every single time when you think about it, you would kind of like really think in a negative way, and that in itself created a kind of very heavy energy, and it's going to be heavy, and it's going to be holding you back until you just release this negative way of thinking. And it's to do with so many different paths individually, but it also kind of blocked you. It blocked your progress just a little bit, okay? But now that doesn't matter. It blocked your progress just a little bit when it comes to your future planning, and it's just kind of slowed you down. So you just need to write from the beginning of August. This is going to become quite evident, because something is going to be on your mind. You're going to have some kind of opportunity, and then without even realizing, you will maybe create a little bit of negative energy because you will say something negative, or you will think something negative, and that in itself already kind of like slows you down, because you're projecting that particular energy. And you know what is going to be different, my gorgeous Libra? Well, this month, this time, it's going to be different, that you're going to become aware of it. So you will see that the power is within you. The power was within you all this time. So when you're facing this opportunity and this situation, that you will kind of feel, you will find this very attractive, this opportunity and situation in so many different ways. But then suddenly something is going to come to you, and you're going to feel negatively about it. This old feeling that I'm talking about, that you need to cut out, you need to get rid of it. Now it's time. As soon as you become aware of that feeling, as soon as you become aware of that opportunity at the beginning of August, something is going to kind of slow you down immediately. Oh, I can't do it because of this, I can't do it because of that. But it's to do with like you thinking subconsciously that you are already having a bad luck. Please, you need to understand that at the beginning of August, you are going to be able to identify exactly what this is. This is my point, yeah. You will be able to identify exactly what this is. And at that moment in time, this is going to become your turning point. And when I say that you have to establish what this is, well, as soon as you become aware of yourself, your thoughts, you know, your feelings, your energy, your spirit, your soul, it is going to be the natural next step to investigate, to explore. But at the same time, you just wouldn't do that before, because you would be like, oh no, I don't know. So now you're just going to sail through like there is no tomorrow. So this is what I think, this is what I mean when I say, like, as soon as you become aware of an opportunity, opportunity at the beginning of the month, you know. You just need to really kind of also realize and establish that you know it's going to come with a little bit of a challenge, because it's more to do with yourself. And you're Libra, you're all about the balance, so you are gonna you are going to be absolutely fine. And that moment in time, this is going to be such a powerful moment, because you know, first you become aware of this, like kind of like an opportunity, and then you become aware of like the fact that you become aware of yourself, your spirit, your soul, but yourself, the voice within saying, oh God, I'm not too sure, you know, oh God, like I had a bad luck so far. No, baby, no. That's your challenge. That's the spiritual path you need to find yourself in. That's the spiritual bridge you need to cross over. You just need to go forward and make that spiritual knock. And that moment in time, this is going to become a mind-blowing turning point for you, whether you realize this or not. This in itself, it's going to put you on the path which is going to change your life. And not only that, before that, it's going to put you on the path where before the end of the month, you are gonna have a reason for celebration, because you are gonna have such a powerful compromise. You are gonna have such a powerful negotiation, which is gonna inspire you. It's gonna make you feel really artistic, and it's going to start changing your life. And you will know that after that moment in time, is so much, it's actually going to change. Please do remember this, my gorgeous Libra, because this is important. It's gonna give you a reason to celebration, for celebration. So all this is gonna be leading towards the end of the month, you know, before the end of the month. I'm not saying it's necessarily going to happen at the end of the month, but it's gonna happen before the end of the month. You know, you are gonna have a reason to celebrate, because you will have this negotiation that is going to come out of it, a mind-blowing compromise, and there is so much that is going to inspire you after that moment in time. Nothing is going to be the same ever again, in the best possible way, of course. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card message when it comes to August 2022. So what is going to be an oracle card message, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to August 2022? Gentleness, baby. Do you see this? Be gentle, because this is going to be, this is also a very powerful sign that you are going to come across a few people when it comes to this month, people that are directly connected to your life, but the people on the outside as well that are not connected to your life at all. But you are very powerful. You are very kind of like a psychic. Your third psychic eye, it's absolutely enormous, because I said this many times that you are born psychic. Everybody is born psychic, but you have got something different. You know, you have got something very, very special indeed. So naturally, you understand so much around you on a much higher level, in terms of like, when you know that something is wrong, you know that something is wrong. When you know that something is right, you know that something is most certainly right. So the point is that you're going to have a few people that are yes, of course, challenges, but a few people are gonna kind of like maybe are gonna be winding you up and are gonna be testing you, but it's nothing gonna be personal. You're gonna come across few people who are gonna have a completely different opinion to you. So you just need to be as gentle and as compassionate as you possibly can, because oh my God, you see, I said compassion, and I honestly, that oracle, I said compassion at the time when I took oracle card out, and oracle card was compassion. It's unbelievable. My goodness, my gorgeous Libra, this is super powerful synchronicity going on here. So that in itself, you see, gentleness and compassion, it's what you need to work on. So it's only going to make you so much more powerful. So don't waste your energy on people who don't mean anything to you. But at the same time, you see this guardian angel, absolutely beautiful. You will feel, you will know that someone is around you all along. You know, when you're making important decisions throughout this month of August, just remember, you can ask your guardian angel what to do, how to act, what to say. You can ask your spirit guide, you know, whatever you feel connected to. But I'm telling you, you're gonna feel a very strong sense of like someone is like around you. It's brilliant, and that in itself, it's also going to confirm your vision. You will see what I mean. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Scorpio, my beautiful Scorpioni. So what you need to remember here, what you need to pay attention to also, like, my goodness, you know, this is like, wow, and really an ultimate task, because someone is really also going to wind you up so much when it comes to August. Someone is gonna wind you up, but that person, it's someone who is directly connected to you. It's someone who is directly connected to your life, somebody who you really know for a long time, you know, whether this is a family member, whether this is like your partner, maybe this is your ex-partner, you know, but someone is just gonna wind you up so much. And in terms of you responding to this, you need to understand that something is not quite right with that person. Scorpioni, this is important. Something is not right with that person, and they are going to try to take this out on you. And the good thing is here that, as I said, this is someone who you know for a long time. You don't hate this person, you don't dislike this person necessarily, but you know, the good thing is, what this is that this person is actually not kind of like really evil, or they don't mean to do something bad to you or anything like that, but there is something really kind of something has gone wrong in their life, and they're doing something to themselves that it's not really good, and it's affecting their energy, it's affecting their vibration. Maybe it's to do with a little bit of like some kind of drugs, you know, maybe they have, it's to do with some kind of addictions. But however, it's gonna be the point when that person is like gonna bring you, and one of the most ultimate challenges ever, because they are gonna find you in August at a time when you are gonna feel, oh God, you know, very sensitive. A lot is going to be going on, and at that time, that day, you're going to feel a bit of a sensitive yourself, okay? And this is when I get a little bit scared, you know, when Scorpione feels a little bit sensitive. It's like, stay away, my darling, okay? Scorpio ascendant here, yeah? So it's just like a basically so you need to remember, my gorgeous Scorpione, it's like a basically, so you need to be like as compassionate as you possibly can. I know that this is gonna sound really weird. So when somebody winds you up, please try to be as compassionate as you possibly can. If you're not compassionate, nothing horrible is going to happen, but you're only going to really slow yourself down a little bit, because you are not going to get a spiritual benefit from it. And you know what the spiritual benefit from it is going to be? Tell me, my gorgeous. What a spiritual benefit from that is going to be. It's gonna be ultimate. It's gonna bring you home to yourself almost immediately without you even realizing this. And it's also a few days later, after that moment in time, you are going to have a very interesting vision. Something is gonna come to you for the first time ever, and that, my gorgeous Scorpione, this is going to be like only the beginning stage of the actual new you, only the beginning stage of something very special which is about to enter your life, an element that is going to change everything. And that in itself is going to start with a very strong sense to explore and investigate after you have that vision. And even more so, it's not only about that. No, baby, no. By the end of this month, this is going to increase your emotional maturity to the point where this is going to reflect on the actual synchronicity. So pay attention to the actual sign you're going to have by the end of the month through the actual power of synchronicity. It's going to increase, you know, your energy, your vibration. But when it comes to the actual synchronicity, you know, from that moment onwards, you're going to be able to notice so much until the end of the actual August 2022. You will be able to notice so much in terms of the actual synchronicity, especially at a time when you start feeling very determined about something, and then suddenly you have 333 or 777 or 111. You know, synchronicity can come and can manifest in so many different ways. So when it comes to the actual determination, almost immediately that synchronicity is going to be popping up absolutely everywhere, but it's also going to reflect on your own, like kind of like a hope and intuition, inspiration, prospects, coming into your life that you wouldn't even normally, you wouldn't even notice normally. You see what I mean? So now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card message when it comes to August. What is going to be an oracle card message? Ooh, gosh, okay, hurt my hands. No, I'm joking. Oh my goodness, you see this protection, spiritual protection, you need it so much, because you're also going to be thinking about something really big, quite big step to do, quite big step to make, especially when it comes to your own intuition. You will know what this is, what this step is, and also this is going to bring so much enchantment into your life. So you are going to be protected. There is the protection. You will have the actual spiritual protection when it comes to you thinking about different aspects of your life, but you're going to think like, oh, I'm not ready. So this in itself is bringing a powerful spiritual protection. Indeed. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my goodness, I'm full of plans here. The next sign that I'm going to be, hello, they grow like so, wow. Okay, oh, you can't see little kitty here, can you? Say hello, kitty. Hi. See here, you can't see little kitty, sorry. So the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Sagittarius, my beautiful Sagittarini. When it comes to you and when it comes to the actual month of August, you are going to really need to work on this indecisiveness, okay? You are going to need to work on why exactly you are feeling so indecisive, and what exactly do you need to do about it. So from the beginning of August, you are really gonna, you're gonna stumble upon the part of your life that, it's just gonna make you really wonder. It's gonna make you really think. You will know exactly what you want to do. Suddenly there's going to be a very powerful urge of inspiration. From the beginning of August, something is going to be on your mind so much, but in terms of inspiration, in terms of what you do, in terms of what you love doing, in terms of like how you live your life, in terms of what you have been focusing on, in terms of what you've tried to achieve, and things like that. So there is a lot going to be in your mind in terms of the actual, something is going to impress you at the beginning of August. Something is going to inspire you so much, and I like this, because this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is a very powerful energy indeed. So that powerful energy, it's like kind of bringing like a message in itself, very unique and strong message to you in itself. Like on one hand, if you're on the right path, which you of course are, but on another hand, what the next step is going to be. But the problem here is indecisiveness. Almost immediately you're going to feel so indecisive, purely because you must be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. What came to an end? What do you need to sacrifice here? And this indecisiveness that you're going to feel, it's only going to be slowing you down. It's only going to be blocking your energy, and it's only going to be making you feel really dissatisfied if you do not attack that particular problem. And you can only attack that particular problem, my gorgeous Sagittarini, by actually really making a decision by understanding that there is a very sacred sacrifice that you're actually going to need to make. And let me tell you something, that at that moment in time, it's going to seem like, oh my God, like a little bit scary, and it's going to seem like, oh, I'm not too sure. But at the same time, you're going to kind of like feel a very strong feeling, like you're going to feel a very strong vibration and very kind of powerful nostalgia when it comes to things that used to be like how things used to be in the past. So you are gonna feel very nostalgic indeed, and that is also only going to be a very powerful sign that, you know, now it's time, because the reason why you're gonna, now it's time to make this step, and the reason why you're gonna feel nostalgic, it's only because, you know, it's trying to, your spirit, your soul, is trying to highlight something very specific from the past, that, you know, about purely what you were doing and how your life used to be and how much happier you kind of felt, and it's going to prove you the point that you exactly need to do that right now. An element from the past, my gorgeous Sagittarini, yet again you need to bring in, because you're not going to feel complete, you're not going to feel whole. So along the way, over the last few years, you know, you've just changed a little bit. We all change, that's absolutely normal, but sometimes certain things that we left in the past we need to bring in, because there was a reason why we were like kind of doing them before, and why we're enjoying ourselves while we're like at it, for example. So this is why this is so important. But also, let me just tell you something. You know why this indecisiveness is so important? For you to realize what do you need to sacrifice. You know why? Because you're blocking yourself. If you carry on being indecisive with that, and you will know what is going to bring this into your life, and if you carry on being indecisive, it's actually going to affect like the big part of your life that you want to achieve, the big dream, the big wish and ultimate wish in your life. You are slowing down and you're blocking from happening. And why does that happen? Because we are the ones who need to acknowledge, only we can know and understand things about us up to this level, but especially when it comes to our karma. So you are the one who needs to spiritually work and acknowledge what came to an end, and at that moment in time you will realize that this is rather unhealthy attachment, but you're also going to release so much of the actual negative energy. By the end of August, something mind-blowing is actually going to happen already, because you will realize the things that made you so dissatisfied and unhappy over the last year or two are about to like really come to an end. But even more so, you will know that you are on an absolutely ultimate path to make your dream come true, because this is to do with the greatest wish ever coming true. Okay, of course that this is big. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarius, I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is your oracle message. I think that was meant to be French. Yeah, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle message. Oracle message, please. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle message, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Oh, you see what I mean? The whole new hope is coming true. The whole new inspiration, hope, it's coming through, it's coming forward. And also at the same time, just pay attention to this. Now is divine timing. So when you become aware of this hope, there's something that is going to bring you hope and that is going to inspire you so much. At the same time, you need to be aware of, like, no matter what you feel, no matter what's going on, at the same time, you need to understand that this is happening at the actual divine timing. Okay, so this is a very, very sacred time indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Capricorn, my beautiful Capricornius. This is for the actual August 2022. You know what you need to work on just a little bit. You need to work on the actual lack of direction. At the beginning of this month, when it comes to August 2022, you are really gonna become aware of, like, maybe there is going to be a bit of a negativity that you're going to become aware of. What is going to happen is suddenly you're going to find yourself in a deep thinking mode, and you will find yourself thinking like, you know, not kind of like unhappy, please don't get me wrong, no, but you're just, these are good moments, these are good times, because they're showing that we are changing, that we are growing, and that we are evolving, and they're also showing that we have done something correctly when it comes to karma, when it comes to the certain response, because this is the direct result of karma that was going on in your life over the last 12 months in particular. You helped someone so much, you did something amazing, and this is about to come back, this is about to bounce back, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. So you are at the beginning of the month, you're gonna be a little bit deep, you're going to be thinking a lot, and you're going to kind of have a hermit moment, but this is going to be like a thick one, you know, this is going to be a deep hermit moment, like a super deep. The super deep hermit moment is the deeper we go, the more we know, the more we find out on about ourselves, and the more we reflect on ourselves and on those parts that we don't really like to sometimes think about. You know, this is needed so much to understand so much more about ourselves, because you are going to start to understand so much more about yourself, and this is only going to make you more wise, and it's going to increase your confidence, strength, and self-esteem, and things like that. But at the same time, when you find yourself in that mode, okay, I say deep hermit mode, because you know, you are kind of gonna not blame yourself a little bit, but you are gonna be kind of trying to establish like what is causing the actual lack of direction. You're going to be thinking about few different aspects of your life very deeply, and you're going to be kind of focusing on a few different aspects of your life very deeply, but at the same time it's all going to boil down to one particular thing, like, oh, lack of direction. So you are on one hand going to feel like you are having a lack of direction, but then this is a golden moment, because at that moment in time when you feel like you've got a lack of direction, and that you had a lack of direction, at that moment in time something mind-blowing is actually going to happen. Because you're going to find this so beneficial through that hermit mode that I'm talking about, because this is going to be mind-blowing, enormous one. The more like you go deep, and the more you go, oh my God, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure about that. Even if you're blaming yourself about things, it doesn't really matter, because it's all going to be leading towards you understanding exactly why did you have a lack of direction. And at that moment in time, something is going to happen in terms of the actual, your own understanding, because you will understand that the answer is in you being free. The answer is you being free. The answer is you being free soul. The answer is you being free spirit. That the lack of direction was happening because you was like kind of slowing yourself down, because subconsciously maybe you didn't give enough credit to yourself, but also subconsciously you were I'm saying subconsciously because you're very clever spiritually, and you know exactly what is going on. If something is wrong, you will know it, and even if you're aware of it, sometimes, you know, still subconsciously you get worried, and you are not as free, and you're not as free spirit, you're not as free soul, because subconsciously you are maybe listening to the lots of negativity, like without even being aware of it. So now there is an element that you're going to become aware of it, like this, that was actually affecting you. So this is your answer, to be as free spirit as possible, because something is going to be on your mind also when it comes to making the next step. But then again, you know, when it comes to your future planning, but then again, you know, there are going to be so many elements of you like kind of, oh, I'm not too sure because of this, I'm not too sure because of that. No, baby, no. The greatest challenge for you at this moment in time is going to be to take this path on. And after you to take this path on, I mean after this moment in time when you become aware of like You know that you need to do your things on your own accord. You need to do things in your own free spirit. You know, you need to do things on your own accord. You need to do things in your own time, and you need to do things as uniquely as you possibly can throughout the months of August. Every single thing that you do, that you focus on, always remember to put a little bit extra. Always remember to do something unique. Always remember to put a wonderful little piece of yourself. Whatever you do, you need to make sure to put something extra, to do something extra in terms of you being yourself completely and releasing that energy, in terms of you responding to things around you, making the most of them in terms of work and energy, success and things like that. But every single time you do something, always make sure that you do this little spiritual twist. You always do something extra in your own way. You know, always do something unique that your soul is telling you, that your spirit is telling you, because this is needed for your balance so much. But it's also going to bring you an amazing opportunity by the end of the actual month, by the end of August. I'm not saying it's going to happen at the end of August, but you are going to become aware of an incredible financial opportunity, and that financial opportunity is really going to be the direct result of you kind of feeling the lack of direction for a while and things like that. But the most importantly, this financial opportunity, it's also going to happen at a time when you know you are going to be facing the situation which is going to blow you away a little bit, like surprise you and throw you out of balance. But then again, this financial opportunity is just going to kind of make everything so much better, because you will sit, you know what, a little bit of a tower situation that is going to take place is going to happen at a time when this is completely going to surprise you by the end of the month. Yes, there is going to be one, but then at the same time, it's this financial opportunity that you're going to gain now, and this is the direct result of this energy is creating and slowing this down a little bit, because now you are going to realize what you didn't realize before. You are in it. That in itself, it's like a huge progress, let alone everything else. Very soon, this is going to give you a huge reason for celebration. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, I'm just going to shuffle this oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle message right now for the month of August 2022. I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle message, okay? Intention. Okay, you are going to set such an important intention, and the intentions that you are going to make is going to protect. This is something really big, you know, and at the same time, you see, intuition, your intention, it's going to increase your intuition. But first of all, it's actually your intuition. It's going to make you aware. Sorry, your intuition, your own intuition is going to make you aware of the moment in time where your intention is actually going to also, it's going to be highlighted. Which intention do you need to pay attention to? But at the same time, this is going to be something that is going to really help you to protect your life, to protect yourself, to protect your family. But it's pretty much so to do with the financial things, with you feeling grounded and doing absolutely the right thing, my gorgeous Capricornius. And it's also going to bring so much color into your life in terms of the energy, in terms of the enchantment, you know, and it's also going to reflect on you so beautifully when it comes to your own spirituality. And this in it, you know, our spirituality is so important. So this in itself is going to really kind of also show you how much spiritually you have grown, because by the end of the month you're going to feel such an urge in order to explore something very specific about your own spirituality. And this is a sign that you are getting on a very high and elevated level here indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Aquarius. My gorgeous Aquarius, this is for August 2022. What you need to pay attention to, what you need to work on, my gorgeous Aquamarini, my Lord, now, if now, more important than ever. if now more important than ever, whatever. If now more important than ever, if now it's not this, if now this is not more important than ever, I don't know when it is going to be. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you need to work on teamwork. You need to communicate as much as you can throughout the months, but you also need to kind of keep keep your cool with the people who are challenging you, because you are going to be dealing with some kind of people that don't mean anything to you. They're not like nothing important in your life as such, but they are playing a certain role, they played a certain role so far by now that you became aware of. But because you became aware of this certain role that they played and you didn't really like it, you decided to step through, you decided to step forward. And this is where all this is going to happen, because these same people that you're going to be kind of like really around in August, you also need to understand that, you know, there is a big problem that you're going to work on, massive problem that was draining your energy so much, especially over the last 5 or 6 months, because you found out something and this was really draining your energy. And it's all about maybe to speaking to people and talking to people and just like kind of making them aware of things, but not making them angry or mad, because these people are like kind of maybe not normal people. So you just know that there is something very unusual and very uneasy and very uncertain about them. So with certain people we just need to kind of act in a certain way. You know, 1 minute, I haven't got it all up here. No, I'm joking. With certain people we just need to act in a certain way. So you are going to be dealing with people that, you know, the problem, you're going to need to attack your problem, but there are other people going to be involved who are maybe going to be responsible for something, but you must not piss them off, you know, or you must just kind of play in a way where everybody is happy, but then you're being very clever because you're playing in this particular way. Because if you kind of like are really angry or anxious, you know that this is not going to be good. So basically this is what it is. Just remember to elevate yourself as much as you can. But on another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know, you basically, what I was going to say, so what you need to work on it's teamwork, collaboration. Okay, very important to work on teamwork, collaboration, talking, opening yourself up, communicating as much as you can, you know, but at the same time, you know, it's like it's also going to really, by you collaborating, working, talking, expressing yourself, putting your foot down, you know, in the nicest possible way, staying true to yourself, following your intuition. This is all going to lead towards the moment where you are gonna have one of the biggest visions of your life, especially when it comes to the current path that you are on, where you just think, oh yeah, this is the path, it's black and white, blah blah blah, it's like you know, just path and that's it. I say black and white because you just think it's like this, it's like that, and that's it basically. No baby, no, this is gonna work amazingly, because by collaborating, by talking, by expressing yourself as much as you possibly can, you're also going to find out something so specific and so special about yourself. And at the same time, by the end of the month, you are going to have a mind-blowing vision. And this vision, it's going to be directly reflected to the time of your life that you felt so far about things that you have been working on. You know, for some reason, you were thinking it's a limited success, or you just thought it's like up to the certain point. No baby, no. This vision that you are going to have by the end of the month, that is going to be the direct karmic reward for this. Sorry. This vision that you're going to have at the end of the month, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because where you thought, you know, your life was limited in so many different ways, this is going to like really surprise you so much, and you deserve this in the best possible way. And this vision, it's also a fantastic time to understand that it's like it's going to give you an opportunity to plan after that moment in time. It's going to give you an opportunity to kind of like think about this, you know. At the same time, it's going going to really kind of start setting you on the path when it comes to you really kind of understanding that you are going to need to come up with a certain plan as well in order to kind of get this vision going. But this is absolutely brilliant because you have been waiting for this for a long time, but at the same time the huge obstacle, it's going to come to an end, because this is going to start bringing you like a different possibilities and different opportunities in your life very, very shortly. This is going to bring different opportunities into your life, and these different opportunities that you're going to have are not going to have anything to do with your current path, but you will see how everything was so far connected. Amazing. It's going to give you a room to grow, a room to change. It's going to give you a room to expand, you know, but also it's going to bring you so many elements of what exactly you should be investigating, exploring, you know, in your life at this moment in time. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle message when it comes to you. What is going to be what is going to be an oracle message when it comes to the month of August 2022? Okay, you see this? Surprise, surprise. You know, express yourself as much as you can. Please, those things that you love working on, those things that you love express yourself with, you know, those things that you love doing, try to do everything you do also throughout the month of August. Everything you do, always do a little bit extra. Everything you do, everything you start, everything you finish, just remember, always try to do a little bit extra. But when you do that little bit extra, you just, every single time, you need to put your little twist on. You need to put a little bit of your energetic twist on. You need to do something different, okay? Something unique that is going to come out of it. This is important that you do this and make the most of it like that through the power of your own expression. Just every single time, do a little bit extra, and you are, by doing this, going to protect yourself financially, but at the same time, you know, you're going to bring so much of a powerful energy into your life as well. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Pisces. My gorgeous Piscelini, what do you need to pay attention to, and what do you need to work on when it comes to the month of August 2022? You need to understand that now it's absolutely the right time for you to actually abandon the certain part of your life. Something came to an end a long time ago, and it's been dragging. You know, when some specific part of our life comes to an end, we very often know what this is, but we have to go along. It depends. If it's to do with work, then we're just gonna keep going until we find something else. But then again, at the same time, there's so many other factors that it can contribute to this situation, and also add up. It can contribute and add up in terms of us being stuck in the actual route, because if we go for too long, then we just get stuck. And if we get stuck, you know, I'm not saying that you can't unstuck, but it's just going to be harder and harder. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible later on, but I'm just saying that, you know, the more you kind of let this energy and the path that come to an end like kind of drag, the more kind of heavier things are going to become to you, are going to be to you. And especially it normally reflects on you kind of feeling like a very low in energy, and you feeling like, oh, don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. It just normally reflects on your energy levels, and then you don't feel as good, you don't feel as confident, and you don't feel as productive as you actually should be. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, at the beginning of August, you are going to be thinking about the specific part of your life, how it doesn't make you happy anymore, how it doesn't make you feel good anymore, how it's really driving you, not crazy, but it's just making you like really kind of like you're missing out on life. It's making you like you're missing out on life. And that's not a good feeling. This is your soul speaking. This is your spirit speaking. You need to come out of this, because it's time. And this is going to be on your mind quite a lot at the beginning of the actual August. So you need to establish this, and you are going to start to feel very uncomfortable and very negative and very uncertain. But then again, at the same time, you're not going to be able to understand. There is this energy that is going to start rising as well. The difference now, my gorgeous Piscelini, is that you are going to be able to kind of feel, and you're not going to be able to understand this. You will know that something just came to an end, a specific aspect of your life. So it's about the discontinuance, but also knowing and feeling intuitively that that's something so much better. It's about to come up. It's right about behind the corner, but it's not going to come up until you establish and realize what this is. The moment you establish and realize what this is, what you need to do is just open your mind. It's going to broaden so many horizons, it's going to open your mind. And as soon as you realize what this is, you will know that subconsciously you're going to feel very strongly. You will know that something much better, much more powerful is waiting for you just behind the corner. But you will not be able to understand or explain what exactly this is. But the spirit that you're going to feel driven by, it's going to be impossible to ignore. So you will be able to establish what this is. And what am I saying is to cut it out of your life. Oh yeah, cut it out of your life. But how can you do this? You can start with the progress and with the process like this in your mind already. So as soon as you establish at the beginning of months what makes you feel so unhappy, what came to an end, what should you discontinue, at that moment in time you will also know that there is something so much better ahead. But you will not be able to explain this. But also at that moment in time, as soon as you kind of become aware of this, just think it's all going to be in your mind. It's all starting point here. Think what you want to do next. Think what's so attractive to you suddenly. Think what you want to explore. Think what was always on your mind but you're not doing it. Think what it means to you so much. Which aspect of your life you want to throw yourself in. You want to throw yourself in like you throw yourself into the water. And you're Piscelini. You are good with water, baby. So this is what you need to do. So I'm not saying, it's like when you say like, oh yeah, you need to cut out that part of your life. Yeah, you need to cut out the part of that life. You need to discontinue that part of your life. But how you're going to do that? Well, I'm telling you, it's all going to be in your mind. You're going to start with the process of thinking, of focusing, exploring in your mind, because you will see that something is just going to be sticking out in your mind, an option and an opportunity that is also at the same time gonna absolutely become impossible for you to ignore. You will know what this is because by the end of the month this is going to be absolutely obvious. On one hand, you will be able to recognize this fully, but then you will be able to recognize what this is. You will be able to establish what this is. So this is going to bring you so much determination like there is no tomorrow, and your intuition is going to be guiding you. This is going to be impossible to ignore because it's going to really kind of like help you with a certain obstacle, especially when it comes to the finances, through the actual financial opportunity. But most importantly, on one hand, you will be able to recognize what this is, because almost immediately when you think about it, you're going to feel so determined, like, oh my God. But then at the same time, you are on one hand you're going to be able to recognize this, but on another hand, what is also most important, that this in itself is going to bring you one of the best, most powerful recognitions of your life. This is also going to bring you one of the most powerful recognitions. This is going to bring you success. This is going to make you feel so good about yourself. It's going to bring you the whole new honor into your life. You're going to feel honorable about yourself. You're going to be honorable about your past. You're going to feel honorable about what you're going to do. You're going to feel honorable about what you're going to be facing. You're going to love this. There is so much that is going to start being awakening within you, because this, my gorgeous Piscelini, is going to be your path to victory, to your own absolutely mind-blowing victory. And that feeling, it's going to be impossible to ignore. You will see what I mean. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to shuffle this oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle message when it comes to August. Okay, what is going to be an oracle message? Okay, what is going to be an oracle message, my gorgeous Piscelini? Strength. Absolutely fantastic. You see, this is brilliant. On one hand, you will have a strength to do what do you need to do. Just remember, you will have the actual strength to do what do you need to do. But this is also everything what I said so far. It's going to bring you so much confidence. It's going to bring you so much strength. It's going to bring so much beauty into your life. My gorgeous Piscelini, now it's time. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous peopleini. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.